Welcome to Canine 411, the show where we try to help you better your relationship with your dog. My name is Tom Shelley. I am the host of the show. Last episode we covered my 3 biggest puppy training tips. Kennel your puppy when you can't be in the same room with it. 2, potty your puppy on leash as much as possible. And 3, socialize your puppy with humans, not so much other dogs. In this episode we will be covering further puppy training tips. So stay tuned. When we come back, you'll be meeting Beckham.
I think I was in elementary school when you decide, oh, I want to be a teacher when I grow up.
When I came in as a junior, my very first day, I was a very quiet, shy girl.
I wasn't sure where I wanted to be or what I was going to do. And I wanted to learn a trade that I could make maximum money and something that I was in control of my own destiny. When I saw the masonry program, I really fell in love with it. Something that was outside, hands-on. It was hard work. It really fit my style.
Instead of learning from a textbook, you get the opportunity to actually learn on the job, hands-on, which is great.
It's not just someone behind the desk, but it's someone that actually goes out and does the work. They actually turn the wrenches, or they actually go out and they work in construction. And it opens the doors up for the student to allow them some real-world experiences they might not have if they didn't take that class.
What was great with our class is that, there were 18 of us. We all had different backgrounds, came from different environments.
We were a team. We all worked independently. However, we worked with each other.
And we all just kind of were encouragement to each other and gave each other ideas and became a family in our lab.
It really helped me to open up as a person and really gave me the confidence I needed to be successful in my career today.
I was an athlete at the homeschool. We were still involved with our homeschool activities, our pep rallies, and all the activities that take place at the homeschool. We were not shut out or alienated.
You have the opportunity, here at Buckeye, you get involved with a club, you learn some leadership skills, and really share that leadership out in the community.
And you never know in which way you're going to use it and how it'll open up doors for you.
A lot of people were saying, oh, if you go to Buckeye, you can't go to college. Well, I'm sitting here in front of you working on my master's degree, so that's not true.
Use the skills you're learning as your work ethic. There's absolutely no limits.
I'm here every day to review patient care and progress notes and also discuss with the therapist, even after hours, what our goals are for the following day.
Our patients are able to stay within the community, be close to their family and friends, which is a big part of the rehab process.
What you get to see then is the actual progress taking place in a smaller time frame, so it's very visible and very real. It's not just something in the future, you're actually seeing it while it's happening.
Union Hospital, quality care close to home.
Hi, I'm 1450 WJER's Bill Morgan, inviting you to join me on television Wednesday evenings at 7 and Friday afternoons at 5 for TV2 Sports Talk. Sports Talk is your weekly look inside high school football, volleyball, soccer, and more. Look for guest appearances from your favorite area coaches and players. TV2 Sports Talk, Wednesday evenings at 7 and Friday afternoons at 5 on DMG Channel 2 on Time Warner Cable.
Welcome back to the show. In this segment we're going to talk about what I call drag lines, which I suggest to be on your puppy at all times while the puppy is out of its kennel and you are with it. Now there's several things. A drag line is going to be the line that is on the dog all the time. The reason we have this is so you can be able to get a hold of your dog, give your dog maybe a slight pop on the leash as a correction, but this also helps you to get the dog, if puppies like to run under furniture or try to run away from you, makes it easier to get a hold of the puppy. Now there's several ways to do this. The easiest way is you can pick up one of these buckles at any hardware store, and then you can have either this line, which is thinner, and what you can do is, I like about a 4-foot segment, cut it off, tie a knot in one end, and then you can hook it to the buckle, and I just like to make one knot there, and then you hook this onto the puppy's leash, and this actually is long enough. Now for the larger puppies you can use, or dogs, you can use this, which is more like a laundry line. It's a little lighter, but it's a bigger rope. Now the reason we make these light is because dogs become what we call equipment savvy. They know leashes and collars. If you had 3 different training collars on a dog, if you took one off, they would know which one was off, which 2 are on, and what they do. Same with the leash. Dogs figure out very quickly that there's a leash on. They can feel it. They won't act their normal selves. They will be more reserved in what they do, so it makes it harder to break those bad habits they have. So that's why we make these lines as light as possible. Now, the other thing I want to cover with puppies especially is that a puppy has a very short-term attention span. Adult dogs have an attention span of 1.3 seconds. That basically means that you have to catch the dog in the act to praise and reward it and show it that behavior is correct, or to correct it and show it that behavior is wrong. So with a puppy, you can cut that in about a third. Their attention span is very, very short. So that is why we like to use soft treats. This actually looks like a hard dog bone, but it's not. It's very soft. This is also very soft. You want to stay away, even with adult dogs, you want to stay away from the harder biscuits. Puppies, by the time they get done chewing a small segment of that, they usually have already forgotten what you're working on. So if you use the soft treats, they eat it fast and you can keep their attention. Please stay tuned. When we come back, you're going to meet Beckham, the Great Dane puppy, and I'm going to show you some basic obedience using these soft treats.
Omni Orthopedics comprehensive programs provide early diagnosis and successful treatment for every musculoskeletal problem. With more than 30 years of orthopedic experience, their physicians offer patient-centered treatment for all ages. From evaluation to rehabilitation, your treatment plan is designed around your needs. Omni Orthopedics specializes in sports medicine, the spine, physical medicine and rehabilitation, foot and ankle, and hand surgery. If pain makes activities like climbing stairs, standing or walking a challenge, turn to the home team at Omni Orthopedics. Their mission is to provide you with the highest quality and most advanced orthopedic services so you can get back in the game. Located in the Oxford Medical Arts Building, Omni offers a full-service facility including digital x-ray and physical therapy. So there's no need to travel when quality care is so close to home. Omni Orthopedics, setting the standard in orthopedic care.
Well, I woke up to the sound of silence and cars. We're cutting like knives in a fist fight. And I found you with a tear in your eye, your head in the curtains and heart like the 4th of July.
You swore and said we are not shining stars. This I know, I never said we are. If you're lost and alone, or you're sinking like a stone, carry on. May your past be the sound of your feet upon the ground. Carry on. Carry on, carry on. We are shining stars. Carry
Welcome back to the show. In this segment, I'm going to show you some basic puppy obedience. I want you to meet Beckham. Beckham is a 16-week-old Great Dane puppy. The owner's children are soccer fans, so that's where they get his name. Beckham has been a very good puppy. At 16 weeks, he's only had one accident in the last 2 weeks, which is very impressive for a young dog. So what I do, now once again, we want to use soft treats, not hard treats. First of all, a puppy that has food drive, which likes treats or food, is much easier to train than a dog that doesn't. So if your dog isn't a real big eater or interested in treats, one thing you can do is withhold their food in the morning if you're going to train in the morning. If it's the afternoon, you can withhold the food for a little bit, dinner, until you're done training so he's a little hungrier. Also too is some dogs don't necessarily like regular dog treats. Sometimes too many of them, they can get diarrhea sometimes with the puppies, or they don't like them. So you can use many other things: strawberries, green beans. Some dogs like bananas. A lot of fruits and vegetables dogs surprisingly like. Some dogs even like Beckham, who has a very high food drive. I use his own dry kibble. He'll work for that. So whatever you find that your dog likes, stick with it. Okay? So first what we're going to do is we're going to teach the sit. Free. Good. So what you want to do is you want to hold the food close to him to keep him interested, and I slowly tip the food back. And as soon as his butt hits the ground, I say sit, sit, and give a hand signal. Sit, sit. As long as he's sitting, I just repeat the command and treat him every couple times. Sit, sit, sit. And as long as he sits, he gets a treat. Sit, sit. Now, to teach the dog a release command to get out of the sit position or the down position, we have to have a release command. I prefer free, free, to get him out of position. Some trainers, some people like the release command okay. It is my least favorite because in a normal conversation, we say okay several times and not even pay attention. The dog doesn't realize you're not talking to it, so it may break that position. Okay? And once again, you want to use a soft treat, hold it in front of his nose, and slowly tip it back towards their butt. And as soon as the butt hits the ground, sit, 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 and you can move around a little bit. Sit, 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 and every so often another treat. Sit, sit, free. Now in the beginning, you don't have to worry about the stay. We're just teaching the dog to get into position and what the command means. So the next one we're going to work on is the down. Now with puppies, they usually down better from the sit position. So first, free. I'm going to get them into the sit position. Come here, free. Okay. Good, sit. I'll give them a treat. Sit. Now I will break off another little piece. And a lot of these treats you can break into small pieces, get 4, 5, 6 pieces out of it. So for the down, we hold it close in front of him, and I go slowly straight down towards his feet, down. As soon as his elbows hit the ground, I release the food and say down. Then I repeat, down, 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 and then every so often, I throw another treat on the ground. Throwing it on the ground keeps his head down, also keeps him focused on the surface. Once again, down, and my hand signal for down is this. Down, 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 good down, 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 and then a release. Free. Now Beckham is almost finished with his training. So as you see, he holds his sits and downs, and I have to use a release command to tell him that he's free to get out of position. Okay, once again, free. The sit, keep it close. The further you pull it away, the less interested the dog is. It also creates the dog jumping and other things. So you want to keep it as close as possible. Good, sit, 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 and once again, you down. You wait for the dog's elbows to hit the ground before you repeat the command. Down, down, down. And when you treat them, you don't want to put the food out here. You want to put it right in front of them. Down. And as long as they're down, I just repeat the command. Down, down, down. Free. Very good. Now, I want to talk about a couple things with puppies. One thing about Beckham is one of the reasons he came to me is he's a little fearful of people when first meeting him. What I usually do for that is I put him in a sit, I make him wait a little bit, have the people stop over here and have them slowly approach him, usually giving him a treat. Now for Beckham, he likes treats, so it makes it much easier. Very good, okay? The other thing I want to talk about too with some puppies is, come here, oh no, is that they do what's called submissive peeing. Sometimes in the dog world, dogs submissively pee to show another dog that they're afraid of or that may be an alpha. They'll lower themselves to the ground and urinate, showing the other people, that the other dog, that they are not a challenge. So some dogs do that when they're young and eventually grow out of it. Beckham is one of those. If you use too high a voice or when he meets new people, he will submissively pee. Do not worry about that. That eventually almost always goes away in a general rule. Just takes, the more people they meet, the better they get with that. Stay tuned. In the next episode, we're going to work on what we call the recall or the come command.
Jack Billow from Blosenauer Plumbing and Heating. We're in Mineral City, Ohio. In our continuing series of heating and cooling tips, we're talking about air conditioning, cooling in the summer. Today we want to answer the question of what size air conditioner should I have? Well, we've talked before about a heat loss or heat load calculation. Once that calculation is determined, we come up with a BTU size. And say we figured your heat load was 24,000 BTUs. That's the size of cooling unit we would look for. And not any bigger than that. We don't want the unit to run too much, or we want it to run long enough to take humidity out. That's why we don't oversize air conditioners. So we would match a unit to that figure to have the proper air conditioning for your house.
WJER and TV2 would like to introduce you to a new website, WJERTV2.com, where you can watch exciting high school football, soccer, and volleyball replays from TV2 Sports on your home computer, smartphone, or tablet. Also watch the latest episodes of TV2's original programming, Sports Talk, The Garden Girl, The Not So Shy Chef, Off the Record, and Medical Minutes, as well as catch up on local community news and search for local businesses. So make sure to check out the new WJERTV2.com community website where everything's local.
Welcome back to the show. In this segment, we're going to talk about marking the potty behavior, and we're also going to talk about the recall, which is the hear or come command. Now, the marking the potty behavior, this is called teaching your dog to potty on command. What we do is bring your puppy out on leash. As soon as the dog squats to either pee or poop, you just want to repeat your potty command. I just use potty. It doesn't matter what command you use. And while the dog is peeing or pooping, I just repeat the command. Potty, 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 good potty, 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 potty. As long as the dog is in the act of peeing or pooping, I just repeat the command. Every so often you can throw a good dog in or say the dog's name, but mostly I want repetition of the command. And as soon as the dog is done, you stop with the command and you get excited, and I like to throw a big potty. At this moment, you can also treat the dog. The thing about treating the dog for pottying is a lot of them catch on very quickly that if they act like they're peeing or pooping, especially peeing, they can come run over and get the treat. So you have to monitor that. I actually had a Rottweiler that caught on to this rather quickly, and especially at night, I ended up having to take a flashlight out and watch him, and he was just squatting and would run over, come back over and get the treat. So at this point, usually I take the treat away and just use the command. Then in the recall or the come command, what we want to do is you want to use either a long line or a lunge line you buy at the store, any pet store or any place that sells equestrian equipment. They're also used for horses. This is a 5/8 inch one. It's good for any one of the, especially for the larger dogs. For the smaller dogs and the puppies, I use a laundry line, something like this, same thing we would make out of the drag line. I tie a knot in the end. I hook it tie it to the dog's collar. Now what we do is we walk around, and when the dog is paying attention to something, sniffing something, I make short little pops on the leash and call the dog's name. This also helps teach the dog its name. I give little what we call attention getters and call the dog's name. In this case, it would be Beckham, 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 Beckham. As soon as he turns your way, I like to back up a little, which draws the dog in, and I just use the come command. I just repeat as he's coming in. Come, 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 good, come, come, come. And as soon as he gets to me, I get all excited, I throw a big party. At this moment, you can also treat the dog, which does help. But mostly it's attention getters, little pops on the line, saying the dog's and puppy's name, and then as soon as they head your way, just start saying the come command. Dogs learn by doing. Catching him in the act to either praise or reward that behavior or to correct that behavior as they do it. That is how dogs learn. So just the act of the dog coming to you doesn't even mean, even if you didn't call it, you just repeat the command. Come, come, come. And as soon as they get there, make it worthwhile, throw a big party. So those are the come command. I do it this way because one, it helps teach the puppy's name. And two is you teach the come command. So in essence, you actually have two commands for one exercise. Normally, dogs trained this way will almost always respond to their name. Oftentimes, you don't even have to throw in the come command. It's a very useful tool.
Government officials, business leaders, volunteers, and much more. You'll hear it all here on TV2 Profiles, exclusively on TV2. Hi, I'm your host, Cheyenne Carroll, and join me as I interview the Tuscarawas Valley's leading women. You can visit WJERTV2.com for show episodes and details.
Brilliantly practical scientist Harriet Tuttle's search for a more efficient life concluded with an unorthodox solution. Harriet created 4 more Harriets. Together they were a model of efficiency. However, while identical, they had their own interests and their own retirement plans, each customized with a Raymond James financial advisor, allowing them to enjoy life separately and together. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James advisor can do for you.
Myers & Miller Podiatry provides complete foot and ankle care to patients of all ages. The practice was established in 2000 by Dr. Adam Myers and has grown to include Dr. Andy Miller in 2007 and most recently Dr. Jason Backage in 2010. Our core values of respect and honesty are the basis for how we manage our practice, and we have grown by building relationships with our patients in order to better serve their needs. Myers & Miller Podiatry serves Tuscarawas and Holmes County with offices in Dover, Sugar Creek, Newcomerstown, and Millersburg. Let's get started building our relationship.
Welcome back to the show. Before we leave, I want to thank Beckham, the 16-week-old Great Dane puppy, for his help today in shooting the segment. I also want to thank the Tuscarawas County Humane Society for letting us shoot the video here. They are located at 1432 Tall Timbers Road, New Philadelphia. Have a brand new facility. It's a great opportunity to come out and see the cats and the dogs. They have phenomenal animals here. Just, you would be surprised at the kind of animal you can find here. On that same note, I want to talk about rescues and shelters. There are so many types of shelters and rescues out there. I recently talked to someone who ended up buying a puppy from a breeder because they went to one shelter and they didn't like what they had told them. So instead of looking for other alternative shelters, they decided to buy from a breeder, which is not bad, but I think you need to look around more and not just at one shelter. They all have different priorities and the way they do things. They're not always fit for one person, so look around because there's a lot of good shelters out there. Also, you can find me on Facebook at All Breed Training Services. You'll see pictures and videos of the dogs I work with, the shelter dogs. I volunteer my services with the Humane Society here. You'll find all the information you need on my Facebook page. Once again, thank you for watching the show.